Hello everyone and welcome to our show, She is Talking. I'm your host Fáطمة العوضي, and with me I have my good friend and my co-host الملا. Hi Emil.
Hello Fatma, and it is really great and wonderful to see you, and also wonderful to have you with us in She is Talking. Each episode we really go to that special place where we are happy and we seek happiness as everybody else around us, Fatma. But sometimes whenever we seek happiness, we leave sadness, or the other way around.
I agree, but if you want to explain more, are you talking about when we meet people for the first time?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes when you are
first impressions?
First impressions, you get somewhere and you are very happy, but when people in that place gives you like the cold shoulder, or they do something that really gets a bad influence inside of you, touches something that you wouldn't like, then you leave that place instead of happy, a little bit of a sad.
Right, but what I usually do, if we're talking about this, frankly,
Yes.
If I want to meet someone and I would want to, know them or get to know them, let's say a new colleague at work, I would expect me to be me, and I would never expect anything from them because I don't know them.
Well,
So I would expect me to be me all the time, and I have to be Fáطmة for them to get the first impression of me, the real me. But when it comes to them, if they're good, bad, cold shoulder, very warm, they want to hug. Some girls, they want to hug from the first time, right? You can do whatever you want to do because that's you. I can't judge from the first time.
Yes.
And I cannot be sad because that's them. I don't know them.
This is the tackle. I would tell you all about that, but not now, after this break.
Welcome back everyone, and we are still here on She is Talking. We were just talking about leaving first impressions on strangers and people who we meet for the first time.
Yes, what I meant in that, like feeling a little bit sad, it's not about like I would be sad. No, it's the feeling that a little bit that sometimes make you uncomfortable.
Right. You were expecting something else.
You were expecting, and this is the high expectations of things that we are happy, high expectations.
That's why we should never expect.
Exactly. No, or expect, don't make your, the level of it so high.
No.
Make it a medium. And the first impression, there is always a saying, and I really don't like this saying, Fatma. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
But we judge.
We do.
I will not ever buy a book that I wouldn't like the cover of it, of the back of it, or I know the content may not reflect it, but this is what you catch it. And I think nowadays it is the advertisement of it, how you commercial those books.
Right.
But not judging a book by its cover, it means like if there is a very sad book putting in the table with all of those pages yellow and ripped, nobody would take it.
I agree.
Or sometimes the curious people will go to it, but not the majority.
No, I agree with you. But also, when we talk about meeting strangers, I want to talk about why I met them. So this is very important for me. If I'm going to my friend's house and she has girls gathering around and I want to meet one of those girls to become a future friend, let's say.
Yes.
I would want to say, is she reliable when it comes to, solving my problems, my personal problems? Is she kind? Is she polite in front of my parents or my family, right? And I would have to be like, okay, these are the expectations I would want from a friend in order for us to become friends. However, when it goes to work, I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say this in a wrong way. I wouldn't care if you're kind or not.
Yes.
I want to know if you're reliable when it comes to work.
Exactly.
I want to know if I can depend on you if some emergency happens and you can carry me when it comes to work like I carry you.
And this takes us to the amount that you put in your personality, not just the others.
Yes.
How do you want people to see you?
To see me
the reflection,
as a friend or as a coworker.
Even as
it's
a coworker,
different.
Are you dependable?
Yeah.
Are you on time? Are you kind? Are you? So this is the place. Like if we are working in a KG, a kindergarten with children, I wouldn't be like so stern and very rigid. I had to have the impression that I'm a kind person.
Yes.
Because those children need someone kind to adjust with.
It's
so
true.
the impression that we leave in others, this is the most important thing. And sometimes a lot of us do things and we don't think that others will talk about us.
Yes, it's true.
In our bags.
Yes, it's true.
How do we reflect those sayings? And that's why I say, don't judge your book by its cover. Because you see it for the first time, but you haven't read it. You don't see the content of it.
Right.
It might be ripped, it might be shiny, but when you open it, the content inside, that would leave a mark within you.
Yes, and you wouldn't know what people talk about you or which aspect of your life they're talking about. Because one time I met this group of young ladies, and I really have fun with them. They're good friends now.
Great.
But the first time I would go there and, I wouldn't ask myself, did they like me? Did they not like? I don't ask myself this usually.
No.
I'm pretty confident, but sometimes, a thought or two would occur.
Yeah.
And I always thought, because I was very bold, the first time I meet someone, maybe they got scared of, what is this personality we don't want to deal with. However, one of the girls, after many years, told me, the first impression we thought about you, I was like, oh, what is it?
Yeah.
And she said, you're very monotoned, your voice goes, the same. I'm like, really? I never thought of that. I was thinking here, my personality, did I smile? Did I, And they're like, no, your tone, your voice, we remember your voice the first time we met you.
Yes.
And
so this is
you never know.
We have we have a wonderful guest and a colleague.
Right.
Miss Ayat is a colleague of us, and she leaves behind whenever she comes. She just spreads that knowledge. She's a colleague of us, but she's a guest as well. And she comes, and with those brainstorming, that she gives a little bit of information about our guest. Today's guest is gonna be Faatima Al-Marzouqi, and she gives to society something. She has an inner strength inside her, and she wants to spread the knowledge. And it is something I think we know for all of us. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, said, don't keep it, don't be a miser in knowledge, just spread it.
Spread it, yes. And of course, Amal, we do have a lot more to say, and for our dear viewers. However, we do have a report that we would like to watch.
Yes. Right?
And can we watch it actually now after our introduction? Can we do this? Yes.
I think yes. Yeah. I think it is possible.
Yeah.
I think that report would give us a new perspective, because I know that if we want to send a message to someone, we can call them, SMS them, or make a puppet show of that message. Right?
Right. So we will watch this report. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, dear viewers. We are here on She Is Talking, and we have our segment of our esteemed guest. Today, we are so proud to present and host with us Ms. Fáطمة المرزوقي, a business owner and entrepreneur. Hello, Fáطmة.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you? We're very happy that you're here, and I know that you are a good friend of my friend Emil.
Yes.
Right, yes.
You see, we are here just sitting, friends together, chatting. So welcome, Fáطmة, and I know that you have a lot to talk about, and we have a lot to question. A lot of us ladies would always ask, if I wanted to make a business, when do I start? How do I start? And I know that you have a very special story about the project that you do. First of all, tell us about the first project that you had ventured to.
Thank you for the introduction. I'm Fáطمة المرزوقي, business owner. At the same time, I just retired from my work.
Yes.
I used to be Technology Excellence Senior Manager, Lead Auditor in Quality Security Environment, and Certified Trainer in Documentation. The reason I mention this, I will mention it later on, how it affects my business.
Yes.
Wow.
My business started in year 2000, and it was my childhood dream,
Yes.
actually. With the support of my family, my dream came true in year 2000. So I started my business in year 2000 with the support of a family and the knowledge I got from my work or background.
I know that the business is in florist.
Yes.
And tell us about the album, Fáطmة, because I know Fáطmة she's a good friend and a dear friend of mine. I know her dream. How did you really begin? Why is it flowers, Fáطmة?
Do you want the story when
Yes,
I was watching?
I want that story to the audience so they can see it.
When I was 6 or 7 years old, I was watching an Arabic movie. And the actor, actually, she was selling flowers next to the traffic light. It was like, okay, dream. Once I grow up, I want to be a florist. I want to sell flowers in the street. And nobody will accept selling flowers in the street here in Kuwait.
Or anywhere.
Exactly. So when I finished my education and start working and so on, with the support of the family, I started my business in year 2000.
Just imagine,
Mashallah.
Fáطmة, you know those white and black in the old days movies where
Right.
that romanticizing about the bunch of flowers, and she would give you a flower and then they would
Right.
fall in love. All of those romance. Well, I think that inspired Fáطmة in
it's
opening
true.
the flower shop.
That's
Exactly.
amazing. That's
Exactly.
amazing. And you like flowers. I love flowers, by the way.
Yeah, I like
But I do like flowers when they are only one rose,
Oh.
one long stem rose.
Okay.
That to me is more romantic than a bunch or a bouquet. For me, if, for example, on my birthday, my husband will always get me, he knows, one rose, a very long stem, and he would put it on the table, and then maybe a little note or something like that, or maybe coffee if it's in the morning, right?
Yes.
To me, that is better than any gift I could get, because I like those long stem roses, only one. It shows a lot.
That's very romantic, actually, having one, or a dozen, or a 3. Sometimes people, they don't know the meaning of single and 3 flowers or a dozen. Or do you know that 3 flowers means I love you?
Wow, that's amazing.
This is great.
Yeah,
So next time
talk.
I will ask Saad to bring you 3 flowers.
3 flowers. And so it's not only the bigger the bouquet is, the better, right?
No.
I always thought something was wrong. It's not about how big the bouquet is,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. It's the feeling.
Okay.
The flowers will reflect, or the way he present the flowers would reflect his way, and feelings. Exactly.
Right. And if he knows, like for example, he knows I like the long stem rose,
Yes.
only one,
Yes.
so he brings that. He could bring a big bouquet, but he knows I wouldn't like that. I would only take 1 flower and just keep it.
Though I'm a florist and I do have business, my business is about flowers, I don't like roses.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love tulips.
Tulips are beautiful. They're just
Exactly.
beautiful and colorful.
The season for tulips, it's only winter here in Kuwait.
Right.
You cannot present tulips in summer. It will die within a few hours. So you have to know how to take care of it to have it not on the season.
So what about chrysanthemums? I know that chrysanthemums are also very beautiful.
It is. If you know how to take care of it, it will stay with you in the house for a month or more.
Oh, that's really
nice,
great.
yeah.
And this takes us to a question. If I wanted to have a project as a lady, any lady, should we study it like Fatma in the flowers? It was a dream, but now it's a knowledge to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
In the beginning, it was very difficult because it's a dream. I don't know how to plan for it, or okay, I want to do it and that's it. Later on, I found out we have to plan for our projects. If you want it as a business, not a hobby, it's totally different. I started as a hobby. I want to enjoy my time in the flower shop. I used to stay there without even counting the hours. And I just looked to the watch and I said, it's too late, I have to go back home. I didn't feel time because it was my hobby and I wanted to stay there. But when you think about it as a business, it's totally different. You have to plan.
So was it difficult transitioning from being a hobby to being business for you? No.
For
you
me,
knew
no,
what you
because
wanted.
I used to be a project manager. So it's, when I transfer, it was so easy.
That's nice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So if we are talking now about projects, you have another project.
Exactly.
And it's a new venture for you.
Yeah.
Why did you go there? Yeah, this is the question that's out of the box, right?
Yes. Actually, you have to grab the chance when it comes to you.
Yes, okay.
And the owner of that business, she came to me, she approached me because I'm a project manager and I know a lot of people who's interested in business. She wants to sell her business to someone and she approached me for that reason. Though my knowledge in that field is zero.
Okay.
I accepted to buy her business and
that field has nothing to do with the roses or flowers? No. Okay.
no.
It's a ladies' salon.
Oh,
let's
nice.
see.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
ladies' salon, so we can
Okay.
see the difference
Yes.
that from
Yeah.
flowers to
It's a
ladies'
major
salon.
shift,
But
actually,
it's
yes.
100% not my interest.
Okay.
I
But-
started it as a business actually.
Okay. But
So
it
it's
does
not a
have,
hobby.
not a
Yeah.
hobby.
So we can start a project without being
Yes.
as a
interested
hobby.
in yes, you're right. You're right. You don't have to like
if
it.
you are looking to start a business as a business,
Yeah.
and you will not be there like me. I was the florist in the shop. You don't want to be the one who presents the business. You start it as a business.
Right. So you invest
You
your
manage
money
it.
in it, and you just
Exactly.
and you keep someone running the whole thing. So you
Exactly.
delegate someone
Yeah.
to actually run or
Yes.
manage the business.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
So as investing, I know Fatma is investing in a lot of ventures. So do you recommend, like, as a project manager, like if we have a certain amount of money and we want to invest it, should we put it in one place or should we put small amounts all over?
Depends.
Okay.
You cannot judge the project if you don't study it actually. Some projects you can run it in one place, and others no, you can put your money in individual projects.
And it's always risky, right?
Exactly.
Even when you study
Yes,
it.
yes.
Sometimes something happens that you did not think
Like
of. or-
COVID.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's true.
It was not planned for anybody.
So as a Kuwaiti woman venturing the business world, tell us about your experience.
Very interested.
Really?
You cannot do it without your husband's support.
Okay.
You need your family support. You need your husband's support. You need your friend's support. They had to appreciate that your time has value for them and for you. So
I agree, because time to me is more important than anything else. And the more people who can help you, the better you can manage your time, actually. Yes.
exactly. And it's all about time management. If you know how to manage your time, you can manage your family, your friends, and
Interesting. So are there any oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. You can say, because there is one more question. Just
Yeah.
there. You were talking about time management, and I know that you give a free session each Monday, the beginning of each month, the first Monday of each month, and that's like a community service from Fatma to the community. Tell us about it. It's a Monday club. It's the first Monday club, it's called.
as I told you, that reflects the introduction when I talk about myself as project manager. I used to train my colleagues in the department I worked with in quality and project management and so on. When I retired from my work, I still feel I do love training, and I feel committed to the society. All of us, if we have a knowledge, why don't we share it with each other?
I love that.
Why should I keep it for myself? Okay, years will go and nobody will remember me, but they will remember you if you did something for them. You add value to the society. It's not important that you gain money all of the time.
Right, that's true. And I also want to add, I'm sorry, it's also a promotion for you.
Exactly.
You know, next time, if I come to one of your classes for free, and you're giving me some of your knowledge, next time I want someone to consult for my business.
That's what happened with Emma.
Oh, nice, mashallah, right? I would think of Miss Fatima, right? Yes.
She entered one of the sessions, which was Zentangle drawing. And Emil came with her mother and sisters.
After that, it was.
And after that, she used to come for all of the sessions.
So you gained a client, a very good, actually, and very smart client.
A biased client.
Yeah. Because of your initiative that you gave these pieces of information. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll talk about First Monday Club. First Monday Club it's the first Monday on each month.
Right.
I will invite one of the speakers in Kuwait who got experience in their field, and they will talk about their field. I'll invite other people to attend the audience, and I don't know the audience actually, whether they are entrepreneur, they are old ladies, they are like someone. I just want to serve the society, and we do it each month, free of charge, and we don't charge. Nobody, nothing. And they are most welcome to attend and get experience in the field.
That's amazing, mashallah. I would love to attend one of the...
The last person who attended First Monday Club last month, he was a doctor. And all of the people who came to the session were people from, let's say, late 50s to 70s.
Okay.
And I was very interested and happy to see them coming to this session.
Wow. And they're coming to seek knowledge from you, mashallah. So that means you're a prominent in your field, you know? It's amazing.
It is.
I'm very proud of you, actually.
And I think we need more of those like society work, because the society needs to have the knowledge.
Yes.
And as you said, Ms. Fatma, it's the knowledge that we have, we would like to share with others. And I know that the doctors come as volunteers as well to
all
give
of
that.
them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Mashallah.
People came in leadership, change management, marketing, photographer. I did documentation, and I think and I do believe documentation is important for any business or even for our daily life.
Yes. Now you know why I do schedules all the time.
Yes, all the
now
time.
you know why
It's
I do
true.
schedules all the time. You know why?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and it's actually very important.
It is.
This is what we were talking about.
Yes.
And Ms. Fatma, where do you see yourself in the future, and are there any other projects that are in mind?
If you asked me this question 2 years ago, I will say I want to expand in the Gulf, and then I'll try to expand somewhere else. But unfortunately, the things that you cannot control your dreams or your thoughts. I want to expand. For the time being, I want to finish this step, which I want to build something here in Kuwait.
Right.
I want to do something that reflect or get the value will be reflected on my country, not only as a business or not only I want to show Fatima is so and so. I don't want to be famous person as far as I want people to get benefit from what we are doing.
And to be successful in your field. Mashallah, that's amazing actually. And may I say you are also as strong and as humble as can be.
Thank you.
Like mashallah, I'm very happy that you have introduced us to one of the amazing prominent women of our country.
I'm proud of her. I'm proud of the journey that I'm a biased person. I always say with my friends, I'm so biased. They are the the best girls. They are the loveliest, the good looking. Everything is best with my girls, and that is because I know the potentials in them. But Fatma Al-Marzoughi is one of the ladies that I am proud to see as and say as my friend. She gave a lot and she gives a lot,
Yes,
and she helps others unconditionally.
MashaAllah. Thank you very much, Ms.
You're
Fatma
most
Al-Marzoughi,
welcome.
for
I'm
being
proud
with
of
us
you
today.
too also.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very much. And
Thank
we
you.
will see you on another interview, inshallah. Talk
Inshallah.
about a new project and
Inshallah.
more success, hopefully.
Inshallah.
Thank you, dear viewers, and we would like to thank Ms. Fatma Al-Marzoughi for her interview today with us and for her time and for her piece of information and advice. We will see you on another segment. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned after this break.
And we're back with you, dear viewers, with our colleague, Miss Ayat البلوشي, who is every episode of these wonderful She Is Talking episodes of the program, telling us something new, some information that sometimes we know, but she brings it in a new aspect,
That's
a new
true.
angle that me and Fatima still thinks about those
It's
aspects,
true,
right?
and it's one of our most fun segments, and we would like to welcome
Yes.
Ms. Ayat al-Blushi.
Thank you. How are you?
Good, and you? So
I'm good,
are we
thank
ready
you.
for the segment today?
Yes.
So,
Let's start talking.
We were talking in this episode about a lot of stuff, especially about making our own let's self. And we know that if you want to be the person that you are today, you have to get back to the time that you were young, how that the atmosphere around you influenced you. So when we were young, I was a bookworm.
Wow.
Yeah, a very bookworm. And that was totally different to like, I'm an anchor now, a presenter.
Right.
Does that really changes, or do I have a late adolescent in between those lines?
No, it's actually it changes because teenage years are where new things happen.
Okay.
From childhood, it's like a transition from childhood to adulthood. So here we have fluctuations,
Yeah, okay.
hormones, new things, new experiences. Teenagers are almost like kind of struggling every day to understand themselves.
Okay.
They're kind of discovering what they like, what they don't like, how to deal with their friends, how to have new friends, how to choose a major. Do I have to go to school today or no? So every time they are learning how to make decisions.
Yes.
And of course, when you are like in university, you kind of see yourself back. You really changed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But most people, not most people, there are a lot of cases where teenagers, in the first few years, they act like they're already adults, and you can find them, very good on their path. And then you find some college students who, even after they graduate college, they still act like teenagers. So you do have that gap where, the timing or the age shifts from maybe, let's say, 13 to 17. It actually shifts from 16 to 21. That would be the teenage years for them, even though they're not technically teenagers.
Yeah.
So do you think in our modern time we are struggling to make 22-year-olds adults actually?
I think now they are growing faster.
Okay.
Like they kind of, move to the teenage year like really fast because of, and again, social media really important and affects our life. People now, especially teenagers, they are being exposed to social media and they see a lot of figures, a lot of new concepts to them. So it kind of affects their identity. So sometimes you see a student, because I say that because I'm a teacher. I
Yes.
teach high school students. Now I don't have teenagers at home, but I deal with them on daily basis.
Exactly.
So they're still struggling. They want to prove themselves. They want to be trusted. You have to show them that you are safe. You are we hear you, because sometimes they feel that no one understands us. We're not going to talk. We're going to get angry, because this is what they do. They always get angry.
Yes.
They're
But-
fragile.
Yeah.
That's why, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of they don't have a one identity because of what they
Okay.
see.
So do you think that some of them, I know my triplets are 15, so they are in that
Mashallah.
mid phase. So I know that some of them, whenever I tell them something or order them something, they have that conflict. They want to challenge the authority. But I'm their mother. I'm the highest of authorities, mothers, the highest and the highest.
I love it. I love it. I'm their mother. I'm the highest.
I'm the highest authority ever. So they cannot challenge me. So they get it upon them, the triplet, the one.
Yeah.
The
I
gap.
see. I
so
see.
they challenge those each other, and like their sister is older than them in 2 minutes, and I'm the older.
Oh, okay. And
So
minutes.
I'm
minutes.
the second authority.
And then
Yes.
she and whenever she tells something, you're not my mother. You cannot do that. You cannot say that. This is the challenging of authorities. While if she didn't do anything, they would do it. They would really go for that, like washing the dishes or doing that. But if she said it, they will not.
Yes, it's
That's
like the way we talk to them.
Yes.
We don't want to order them.
Okay.
We want, to suggest, like, how
Oh.
about you do this? How about we go out? Do you want to do the dishes? I'm really tired. Can you help me, please? I will appreciate that.
Okay.
Right.
They
right.
like rewards also.
Yeah.
So, okay, like you want your phone? Sometimes I know some parents, like they take the phones away of their kids, like
Yes.
in the weekdays. So, okay, you want to play with your phone? Can you please help me? If you finish your homework, you help me with the dishes, then you can have 1 hour on your
That's
phone.
really a good idea.
I remember one time my brother and my dad were talking, and my brother has 2 adorable daughters, right? Nora and Lena. And they're my favorite. Lena is like a mini Fatima,
Oh.
right? So my brother, I think he was talking casually with him, right? And we were just sitting there, and he told him, how do I know if I'm raising them well? Just a guy talking to his dad about raising his children. And my dad was like, you raise them until they're 7 or 8. After that, you do not raise them. You become their friend when they're teenagers.
Yes.
The raising part or the upbringing part is done from when they're 0 to 10. And after, that's my dad talking, not me, right? I don't have that experience, but it was my dad. And then he's like, and then you hope that they want to be your friends because that's when they trust you. When in the friendship
That's
part.
really wise.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes,
then
I
when
really
they
agree
grow
with that.
up, when they're really older and stuff like that, that's it. You guys become best friends and you depend on one another.
Exactly.
It's not only order around. Of course, the parents have their own respect and their own, place in the household, but that's the you cannot go for an 18-year-old and say, I'm your father, I have to go, or I am
no.
your mother, you have to listen to
They
me.
gonna,
That's not the same language as a 7-year-old.
That means
Yes.
that I'm not the biggest authority.
No, you're not, sorry.
Well, no mind.
Well,
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
no.
why it's important, to know how to talk to them and to give them trust and reassurance and safety also. Because, if they're not safe, they
Right.
cannot trust you. They can find, someone else to trust. And we don't want that because we don't know who are their friends. I mean, we should know, but sometimes we don't
You
know.
don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
they're good at hiding it. I was
Exactly.
very good at hiding a lot of stuff, actually.
Really?
So yeah, sometimes I'm happy I don't have children because I don't know what they will be like because I've done so many things, innocent things, but I would keep them really hidden, right?
Well, up
Yeah.
there, I'm going to drill Fatima. I know I want
Okay,
to know
Fatima, let's
about
hear
these
you.
things for sure. Because I have the children, so I want to know about
Yes, I will teach you all the methods
Yes,
and where to
exactly.
look. And yeah, wow, that was wild. So, Ayat, yes, how are
Yeah.
you?
changing of subject of
Yes.
what to my.
Yeah.
All right, so we were talking like you have to give them safety and trust so they can trust you. And especially, teenagers, they have problems with, confidence
Right.
Okay.
and bullying.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot in school. And, we can see that also in series where, you see how they portray bullying. And the
Yes.
thing is, we kind of go and say, no bullying, don't bully people. But we have to admit that bulliers are there.
Yes.
So we have to teach our children how to, face those people, how
right.
to get a strong character. If someone bullied them, this does not represent them. This represents the person and their traumas. They have to deal with it. And of course, this is something very nice that in schools we have counselors. So they can go to counselors, they can get help. And if not that, also we have in, the public clinics now,
Yes.
we have mental health department.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is very good. The government is really taking care of this. So they can go there. They can also keep the secrecy of it. If they don't want to go, they can, come to the house and have a private session with them.
Right.
So yeah, it's nice. And for this, you don't have to force your kids to go to therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I was going to. Do you recommend if there is a problem and as a parent I cannot really handle my child, can I take him, or do you recommend taking him to a specialist?
Yes, but after their agreement. Yes, especially if they're teenagers, they can say no. It's okay if they say no the first time. You give them time and then come back. It's just like a person you're gonna talk. Maybe they know you better. Maybe you can trust them, more than you trust me. Maybe you feel comfortable with them. So day by day, when they agree, you can take them. And if not, you can go there and seek help for you to help you deal with the teenager that you have at home.
Right. I would feel like that would be the better option if you can go and try to learn the ways that you can, because once you get in a third party into the whole thing, not just you and your children, even let's say you and your spouse, when a third party enters, I don't think there's way to go back to two-party, right? So I think like it would always be, the blame will be on the third party, and we're going to forget the original problem. Yeah, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. It's not us, it's the therapist.
It's true, it's true. It's not the authority.
It's not us, it's the therapist.
I had a problem like with one of my kids, but they're not teenagers, but at their school I talked to the counselor and she really was, helpful. She taught me, like I was doing something and she taught me that this is not working anymore. We have to go to new methods. Although I've, studied, I've taken a lot of courses with, child rearing, but of course we make mistakes.
Exactly.
And it takes a village.
Yeah, and one part is that we have to forgive ourselves.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, we're not angels. So it's okay to make mistake. We learn from them and we help our children also to grow like in a healthy environment.
So I know that this time period is very critical to anyone. We been through it, but in different stages, and we are not all the same. Like Fatima has her secrets. As I said, I was like so quiet. Really, I was like a very quiet person. I wouldn't speak out publicly. Like everybody now, my friends, when they see me, you have changed a lot since the time that we were in like mid-school or high school. And even my mother and father, I was like the obedient. But I know like my sister, that she was different totally, and now she's the other way. She's now the quiet one, she's the relaxed one, and I'm the energetic. So these time periods, like the triplets I have, they are triplets, but each has its own character. As a parent, how can I deal with each character of them? The quiet one, the rebellion, the one that the adventurous. How can I really, as a parent, and with no knowledge, with no let's say with no knowledge at all, with no background into psychology or into education, how can I treat those children?
Well, first thing I want to say is that you have to have the knowledge.
Every parent, right?
Yes. Okay. Because I mean, we're not just here in life, just to do anything randomly. I mean, we have to know how to deal with kids. Because sometimes we think like it comes by nature, but what we think it comes by nature is actually was influenced by our ancestors. So we do whatever we were, the way that we were raised.
But Ayat, nowadays a lot of people, they get married, get children, like it's just like mechbus.
It's true.
It's just like mechbus.
Be
Put
careful.
the chicken in the boiling water.
No, I
think
it's true.
right.
I'm totally
Get kids and throw them on the nanny. Nanny's
Yes.
going to bathe them and feed them and all of that, and take pictures on Snap
that's
with them.
Parents' responsibility is to learn how to deal with their kids. First of all, like in general terms. Then, as you said, each individual has a different character, and according to that character, I can make adjustment. For example, for the quiet ones, I don't want them to be quiet all the time. Because sometimes you want them to go to the side
outspoken
and speak.
people.
So you can encourage them to go to to take a part-time job and to community service. To participate in those activities in society. Sometimes maybe the first time they will be shy. It's okay. They can do it time after time until they learn. This is what I been through before.
My mom would always say she's very thankful and happy that the 6 of us are all rebellious. And she said, it's nice to have an obedient child, but the obedient child will not be good for the world. You need a rebellious child, an adventurous child, someone who doesn't get scared easily to face the world. But at home, so my mom was like, we had to choose, your father and I, we had to choose, will they give us headache now at home or will they give us headache when later they cannot defend themselves?
Yes.
Right? So they chose that, they will have the headache at home, raising rebellious children. And then after that, once we get out on our own, my parents, they can sleep, sound asleep. They can, be relaxed because we know how to get around, and we know how to stand on our feet.
This is what they're saying, in psychology. Like John Gray in his book, Children Are From Heaven, he says it's okay to say no. It's okay for your kids to say no, but at the end they have to know that you're the boss.
Yes.
This is what you were saying.
See the higher authority.
You're the boss.
As I say, I am the higher authority. See,
It's
it's the
true.
beginning of this, let's say, segment. I'm the higher authority.
Emily, you're the higher authority here also.
Also, see, and we're
how many
ending it with a
times?
higher authority.
It's true. And I love that.
It is really great to have this kind of, let's say, brainstorming with you, Miss Ayat. I would love to have this segment is brainstorming with Miss
It's
Ayat,
true, it's
because
true.
we brainstorm together and we have
Kind of
a lot
exchanging
of
knowledge. Yeah.
Yes,
so,
thank you
Learning
very
from
much.
the bosses. and-
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the boss mom. And unfortunately, we don't have that much of a time, and we have come to the end of this brainstorming with Miss Ayat segment. Well, this is a nice name.
Yes,
Yes,
it's true.
so
Thank you very
thank
much,
you.
Miss Ayat. We hope you had fun today.
Of course,
Yes,
every day I have fun with
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Dear viewers, we will be right back. We want to thank Miss Ayat البلوشي for being here with us too, and we will be right back after this short break. Thank you.
And we're back with you, dear viewers, and speaking about leaving a legacy or leaving a mark behind you. I know, Fatima, that, like Fatima said, I have a strength, and I said, yeah, I'm great, but it's not like in vain. You know,
Okay, yes.
some people are vain, really.
Right.
Like whenever they know their real strength and their mark upon others, they play with it.
Right. They do take that to their advantage.
Yes.
Yes, they take advantage of that. And I don't know, when we were little, they would tell us, if you become evil, nothing will work for you. If you become good, everything will work for you.
Yes.
But as you grow up, you realize that's not true.
No.
A lot of evil people around us are very successful.
Yes.
A lot of vain and shallow people are on top of the world, right? And a lot of good people who are trying to, do their best or be humble,
Yeah.
they're not going anywhere. So life skills are different than your personality.
Life is
Yes.
different. Life is not like as written in books.
Right.
But also the humbleness of people. I know sometimes when we are talking about people and we know that we are good, but we are being humble to them, they would take advantage. But it's not like you shouldn't be humble. You shouldn't be vain. You should fluent your strength, but not to exaggerate it. Because this
I
is
agree.
what was written in the Quran, that Lucifer has been banned from Eden because he said, I'm better than him. I am made of fire and he is of clay. And by that, being vain is forbidden in Islam's religious.
Right. So the religious teaching, teaches us that you cannot be conceited
Yes.
to one another. Actually, when you see yourself better than someone else. However, we're not talking about confidence here.
Yes.
So when it comes to, for example, teaching IELTS or TOEFL,
Yeah.
I know I'm the best.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And there are a lot of other people who are the best too.
Exactly.
But I know my field and I know my confidence and I know my strength in that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go around and say, I'm the best and you're not, It's
Or-
not
or-
like that.
Or just hit someone when he's struggling to begin.
Yes.
Like a new teacher that's just beside you and coming for advice from Fatma. And
Right. I'm
Fatma,
not gonna say it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say
I
it.
know that you are the best. Yes, I know.
I
the
know I
best. And you
am.
will never be like me. And this is not. This is the way.
No, that's not the way we're talking about.
No.
No, but that would be very conceited, actually.
Yes,
I
this
would
is
hate
what I
myself for that. But you have to have some strength in you, and you have to know and acknowledge your confidence, your strength in a field, And that's very good when it comes to confident people.
Yes.
But don't go over the top.
This is it. Like
Yeah.
when you said, like, you know me for my strength. I know that I'm really kind, I'm happy, but yeah, I have that and I gained it.
Right.
I
And you
didn't-
earned it.
Yeah, I earned it. I gained it through hardship, through a lot of struggles. I didn't just wake up one day and I had like house muscles and all of that.
Right.
No. I was working through that all the time.
Yeah,
But
so-
as we say, I know how I'm strong, but I would never take advantage of this strength to break others.
Right.
And that's the legacy that we leave behind.
Right.
People would know how strong we are, how talented we are. You're the best, but don't let them take advantage of you at the same time.
Right.
This is the balance.
Right. And speaking of leaving, actually, unfortunately, dear viewers, we have come to the end of our episode. And we would hate to leave you on this last note, but we have to, and we would like to see you on another episode of She is Talking. Thank you so much, Ms. Amal Al-Mulla, for everything today. We really had fun, right?
Yes, we had. And I think that gives us another time for another episode and a lot of thoughts. So if you have anything to share with us, how about you just click on the KTV let's say applications or on the social media, and you can write whatever you want. #SheIsTalking.